How's it going, everybody? So I'm actually decided to install a dash cam on my mother's car. So she actually bought this Dongar Dashcam adapter for the Mazdas. I believe it said CX-30, so we're gonna hope it works for that. This one was the Type E 10 pin. This is a new version, interestingly enough. So I know they said they were going to do this, and I hope it doesn't really matter that much. I hope I can still fit inside, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll have to go up behind the camera. But if you notice, it's got this nice little enclosure instead of where it used to have. Actually, I might have one that looks like the old style. Yeah, so here's like an old style from one of my other cars that I've traded in. It had this little wrapped thing with the capacitors there. So now that's a plastic housing. It also has double-sided tape on it. So I think the idea is that you can stick it up here, if you don't have space in the cover right up here. So I'm hoping I don't have that issue and I can hide the whole thing and do what I did for every other car, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so I mean, this was again $30 or so. I'm gonna give her my old VOFO or VIOFO, however you pronounce it. I mean, it's really not that old actually. It's a V3, so it's still like $100. But I got that Mini, the V2 Mini or whatever it is, because it has Wi-Fi, where that V3 doesn't. The A119 V3 does not have Wi-Fi. They both have GPS though. From my personal experience so far, the Mini is worse than the V3. I may have my video settings wrong, but like I've compared the two videos side by side, and I'm less impressed with the Mini in terms of video quality. So I don't know what the issue is there, but I think the V3 is actually better, and it has a bigger screen too, and I think it looks a little better. But either way, I'm not sure which one's even newer, but Wi-Fi on the Mini makes it a little bit easier for me, at least, because I plan. I've lost video on doing a long road trips where I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll get to it when I pull over. And by the time I pull over, it's already been overwritten. I know on dash cameras, there is a button. I think it's a little red triangle button on these VOFOs, or VIOFOs, again, I don't really know, that hard locks the file so it doesn't get overwritten. I always forget to do that. I guess I'm too worried about like screwing stuff up and being an record. So, but either way, so now I have Wi-Fi, so it'll be easier to actually pull it off mid-journey, rather than having to grab a laptop and a micro SD reader or an adapter and do it with the phone. But anyways, back to the Mazda. So this is a 2023 Mazda CX-30. Dongar now includes these spreader tools, so we're going to see if this one works without me getting my own. I brought my whole kit, so we'll see if I need those, I can grab it. But I think with the Mazda, there's like a little split right here. You can see it in the video. I think we split it apart, and then they kind of go sideways, left and right. So I'm gonna try and do that, and I'll let you know. Okay, so you can see here, this is what the interior looks like. Really stupid design. Really dumb tab design, because it's kind of like you split it out, and I don't even really know how it gets held on the other side. There's like clips. These clips go sideways. So I think the easier way, to be totally honest, is probably to try and pry this little piece right here from the outside. So, but once you get it split in half, it should just come off now, because the two in the center is, another thing that's really annoying so far is this mirror. It's in the way, for sure, and it doesn't really get any further out of the way. So like you can see here, this is just loose. I don't know if there's a way to pop it out. I don't want to rip this fucking mirror off either, because that's not the way to do it. I mean, I may leave it. So, to be totally honest, because check this out. You don't actually have to take both sides off. So, what we are looking for is this thing right here. So, it's very accessible. There should be plenty of space in that cover to hide both the adapter and the actual, you know, cable. So, I don't think I need to take off both sides, and I'm not going to, because what's the point, right? So, but you can see right here. So, this little plug, this little section right here, I don't know why I can't get this to focus. That is where that side plug, that side clip goes in. So here, right here, this clip right there. So it just goes in there. So that's why it's pretty hard to get the other one off, I guess. I'm not really sure, to be honest, because it doesn't make sense. Because there's nothing else holding it on. So I don't know why the other one's not coming off. But either way, if you can get one side off, this left side, that's all you need to do. I mean, I think you can easily just pull this off if you really wanted to. Again, I don't see a reason to, but you could. And I will say, of all the ones I've done so far, this has definitely been the most difficult to remove. Although I will say, the Genesis, I didn't have to remove anything more than the little clip. So to fully remove the Genesis one, that might be just as much of a pain. But I much prefer like the edge of the Charger style, where it's just along the edge right here, and you pry it open. I think part of the issue is definitely the tool that came with the Dongar. I think it's good, not great. It's not that skinny. I don't know, again, I can't focus for some reason. I don't know why this camera is doing this, but it's not that skinny on either side, especially not that side. Maybe this one would be better to use, the fatter one, but then you have a fatter rather than a nice small point to get in there. So I still think the spreaders that I have would have been a better choice. But the other thing that makes this a little bit annoying, you can't see it on this side right here, because it's not this side that has the issue. But up here, right here, you'll see there's a lip here. So you can't really get the spreader tool in. There's only these little tiny spots that you can get it in. And that's it. So, but again, once you get it in, it's just these little clips. Oops, sorry. These little areas right there, those clips. And you're just going to kind of like push until it pops out. I mean, you saw me do it, and that was for the first time. So the plastic does seem a little flimsy, but these always do, and nothing broke. No clips broke, no tabs broke, nothing even had a stress point on it. So I think we're okay. And you can get it. You can get this part down with a finger. So if you really don't want it, you don't even need a spreader tool. So, yeah. Let's get the actual stuff installed now. Again, we're going right in here. Okay, so this view might work. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to tell you, it's pretty cool how the watch works. You can see the camera on the watch. This is a pretty long cable. And you're just going to literally take this little clip out, and we're going to hope that it works, to be honest. And take that clip out right there, which powers the mirror. You're going to plug in, right here, you're going to plug it into this part of the adapter, like so. Then you're going to take the other end, so the positive and the male end of it, power saving on the watch, and then plug this back into where you took the other one out of. So, just like that. Now we have it totally connected. I mean, assuming that this, works power-wise. Dongar comes with a bunch of cables. So this one, actually, the one that this VOFO uses is this micro USB, not even, or mini USB, micro USB, I don't know, the old kind from like 2004. So that's what we're looking for here. So we're just going to plug it right into this this USB portion here. It's a nice solid connection. Like, wow, that really clicks in there. So so now we should be all good. I'm going to take the dash cam right here. I'm actually going to take the GPS thing off so it looks better. I'm just going to plug it in, and I'm gonna reorganize this after the fact. So now we have it all connected. I'm going to turn the car on, and we're going to see if this powers up. How do I turn this off? Yeah, so there you go. It works perfectly, just straight up. That's now connected to the mirror. The mirror itself, oops, this is an auto-dimming mirror. Let's test the home link. Home link works perfectly. I know you can't see the garage door coming down behind me, but it did close, so everything is good to go. So that was the simplest, really the simplest install, you know, certainly over hardwiring it. So now I'm gonna try and figure out where to go with this. The best place is definitely to do it like down low here, but I don't know if that's I'm gonna have to check with my mother to see where she wants it. On mine, so I don't have to see it, I have it actually all the way over here. We have to check the viewing angles, and it actually is pretty good. If I can get it up here, it's pretty good. So and actually with the GPS it's going to be a little further, but I'll show you that progress after it's finalized. So I'm literally just going to, I saw another person's that kind of, I don't know how you get it out, to be honest. I think they fed it through. Oh, and look at that, there's actually a little light to show you that it's connected and powered, which is pretty cool. My other ones do not have that, but there's actually a, show you it right here. There's like a little hole. No, I can't. This mirror is a real pain in the butt. It doesn't move very much out of the way. There's like a hole in the gap, like in the casing, like right where it meets it. So I think they feed it through like right here, this little hole, and then they have it come up behind the thing. So that might be what I do. On all of mine, I had it come up through and go out the headliner. It doesn't seem like that's really an option here because of this seat thing, but we'll see what we get. I think I am going to feed it through here and have it feed it through, you still can't see it. There's an opening there, and then have it come out behind the mirror and then go which way we have it go. But we're going to try it. We have to decide where we want the camera first. So, all right. Here, so you can see what I mean by the hole. So I actually fed the cable through right there. So then this should then, the cover should be fine. So like the cover leaves that gap opening because it covers up like that. It covers up below the mirror and then above it. So that so you should be able to get the wire right through that little gap. And assuming that you feed it through, I tried to feed it through briefly through the USB-A side, but I didn't really bother more than once because it wasn't working. So I just went and fed it through this way. So you can see right there. Then you plug this in to the adapter again, and then you can hide everything up in here and then have it just go straight out that little gap. I think it should be perfect. I will say for that area, down low over here seems to be the area, or below. But so up top here doesn't look like it's long enough. Now there might be another cable. I think I probably have another cable. I don't know if it came with one. Let me check. Came with a USB-C. Came with a USB-C and a micro, or a mini. What the other one is. But so it has pretty much any potential USB connector you want. I do have a long one that I have for my old car, so this might be way too long. I mean, this is too long. It's like a full length, so I could probably fold it up in there. And then I have another one here that I doubt is any longer. I think it's probably the same. That probably came from one of my other adapters, because I've had several micro. Oh, and then I have this one too. So it may work for me. I might be able to find a way to make this work with a long one. We might not need to either. So, but yeah, again, that's how we do it. And that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to feed it through right there. And then that should be unfettered access straight through. the opening from inside there. And you don't even have to touch anything else here. So pretty much you're just gonna like take this, you know, stuff it up in here, and the same goes with this. So like this is the biggest challenge here. Now it says sticky stuff, so I may try and stick it up in here. And honestly, I don't really like this design change. I prefer the smaller one because you could really kind of just like shove it up in wherever you could fit it. I don't know why they changed it. I mean, I think they changed it so you could have it like up here, and then make it a lot easier to swap stuff out, but that looks worse. So I wish that they didn't go with this bigger housing. And maybe I can even take it off, because I know that the other one would have no problem fitting in here. And I think that this is causing a little bit of an issue just because it's so fat. So maybe like that will work. I'm going to try and screw around with it and see how it works, but I may also try and pop off this housing, because we'll see if it's protected inside or not. But I actually, I'm going to give it negatives for that. You should be able to choose which one you want, because I think the other one was easier to hide. It's just smaller. I mean, we can tell right now. I have it, so let's see. All right, so it's not even close, though. So like, it's not even close. Like, it's so much fatter, the new one. So like, I don't know. I mean, that's not a really good, I think that it's better with the old style. It looks a little more janky, but look at how much more space that takes. Yeah. It's, is it longer too? Slightly longer, though not really much longer, but you can see it takes up a lot more space with the new design than the old design. But I guess, like I said, it has this 3 mil or whatever it is, 3M or just regular double-sided tape. So I think they're really trying to get you to just stick it out with the dash camera and make it easy to plug in. But I'm gonna see if I can hide it within this. If not, then we'll do that, or try and pop the casing off. Gonna try it up there like this. I don't know if this is gonna work. It's kind of tight, but we're gonna try it. Looks like it's in enough. Hopefully it's not pushing down on the outside, but I'm gonna write to them, because I really don't like this design. I think this made this a lot more challenging with that housing on it. It's just too fat to hide up in a lot of these cases. The cables are also longer. Where is it? Versus the old style. Yeah, here you go. So like it was just a lot less to hide with the old style, like compared to these really long cables and that big fat plug thing up there. I mean, this is much more compact, the old style. And I definitely think that you should, I mean, if you don't want to hide it and you want to keep the exposed USB, that's great. But I think that most people probably want to have it totally hidden, except for the cable that goes up to the dash camera. So I think that they need to offer both designs, one without the plastic and one with it. But I think I definitely want to send them some feedback on that, because I think it's better without it in this instance. Okay, so final product time. Got the cover back on. I just had it situated as I showed. Now I have it set down there. It's definitely out of the way for the driver's side, but I think so far so good. It looks to be very hidden.